Hey everyone, here I am trying to film an answer key for you for this practice test, just to give you an idea of how you should approach it. This very first problem is consider the number pattern. Maybe I'll have, fill in the next two numbers and then the 10th, so you can get some easy points there by just continuing the pattern, but then carefully go all the way out to 10. I've done this just to save time. The carets show a clear pattern of going up by 2 rows of carets to get that constant. And that's a very important thing because that tells you a little bit about what type of a pattern it is. If it takes only 1 row of carets, that's called a linear. If it takes 2 rows, that's a quadratic pattern. And our calculator, actually, if you want to get the extra credit, it's pretty easy to figure out what that pattern is to go out to the 1000s. That's the extra credit. But you can just keep it going by adding 18 and then adding 21 and adding 24 and 27, and you will get the 10th number then is going to be 132 when you go out an extra 5 steps. But to get the extra credit, what you do is you take your calculator, you turn it on, you go to stat mode, and you just hit enter for edit, and you see you put the term number, the 1, 2, 3, 4. We're eventually going to have it go up to 10 or 1000. And then you put in the -3, the 0, the 6, and the 15. Anyway, this is just for fun or for extra credit. Once you've done that, then it's really simple. You hit the stat button again, you go over to calc, and if it took you 1 row of carets, you do linreg. If it takes you 2 rows of carets to get a constant, you do quadreg. If there was a super extra credit and took you 3 rows, you'd go cubic reg. But we're going to hit number 5. And then you basically just make sure that it's L1 and L2, which it should be. And you go enter, 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 and you get the magic formula. And that is telling you that the formula is 1.5 for A, x squared, minus 1.5 times x, and then minus 3. So you can pause and see, but that's how you do it right there. So for instance, to check our answer for 10, if I plug in 10 and square it, I get a 100. 1.5 of 100 is 150, minus 1.5 of 10 is 15, so 100 minus 15 is 35, take away 3 more and I get 132. So that checks out. If you want to do it to 1,000, then it's going to be 1.5 million minus 15, 1,500 minus 3, and that's your extra credit if you want to do that, but that's optional. Okay, now a worker has a schedule to make, and she can do 8-hour jobs or 6-hour tasks or 2-hour errands. How many different ways can she fill her work week? Make sure that you don't count different orders for things as separate. It's just like making change for some money that's being paid, and you've got like an $8 bill, a $6 bill, and a $2 bill. How many ways can you make $24? Same exact concept. I've tried to show you the structure a little bit. Start at one end, and the extreme end is the fewest number of blocks, and you could do 3 8-hour shifts, because 3 times 8, we hope we know this is 24. But once I take away an 8-hour shift, I have to make it up with a 6 and a 2-hour shift. If I take away the 6-hour shift, I have to make that up with 3 more for a total of 4 2-hour shifts. Once I've done that, I've done all the ways I can use 3 and 2 8-hour shifts, and then it's 1 8-hour shift, and then I could get in as many as 2 6 hours, and then that would be the makeup. And you can write an equation, you can use your calculator to check, just to give you confidence. But once you get this set, then every time I take away 2, I'll have 1 with some number. But you know what? I'm not even going to do the math. You don't even need to do that, because we just need to count the total number of ways. And this is not going to change, so I don't even have to, like, in a sense, write that in. What's changing is this. And it goes 2 1 0. Once I get rid of the last 8, I don't have any here, and I can have 4 6, because 4 times 6 equals 24. And then I just know the only options are for me to go 4 3 2 1 0, and I don't even have to worry about these. They can just be whatever they are. I can do the math if I want to, but it's not going to change the fact that this is 5 ways here, this is 3 ways here, this is 2 ways here, and 1 way there. And I add those up, 8, 9, 10, 11, total of 11 ways, okay? Then on to the back page, we're writing some equations. Just go carefully, know what the words mean. 3 times some number, that's going to be 3 times x, some number, that's an equal sign. 4 more than another number. 4 more than another number is y. So you can use any letters you want. Use your initials for all I care. Just make sure it's clear that there's a variable, all right? The product of two numbers. So what does product mean? It means multiplying two numbers. We're not told that they're the same, so we're going to assume they're different. So the product of two numbers, x times y, is equal to, we could say is or is equal to the sum. That means adding the two numbers, okay? So multiplying them is the same as adding them, okay? The square root of the length is equal to the width less 5 centimeters. Know what square root means. That's this thing. It's not squaring something. It's not putting the 2 out there. So know that the square root of the length L, I'm going to use L, is equal to the width less 5. So the W minus 5, and you can write CM. I won't take off if you don't write that. But do not solve these, okay? Don't solve them, just write them down. Now evaluate. This is where we check to see if you know your PEMDAS. PEMDAS. So that's parentheses, exponents, multiplication and division from left to right, addition and subtraction from left to right. They're kind of like one thing. So what do I do here? I do parentheses. That's 10. 12 minus 2 is 10. I do 1/2 times that. So 1/2 times that is going to give me 5. So I do 6 plus 5 equals, and I write 11. Same thing here, but remember that's exponents. So I'm going to do the parentheses and get 3. Then I'm going to square it, then I'm going to multiply by 5. And then finally I'm going to add 1. So this then becomes 1 plus 5 times 9, and that becomes 1 plus 45, so I write 46, all right? So know those rules and show it step by step, okay? Don't just type it into a calculator and think that that's okay. So you can make the number 10, can you make the number 10 by using 4 4s? You can use any operations, so be creative. 10 equals, there's a bunch of ways to do it. See if you can come up with more than one. I'm thinking 4 plus 4 is 8. Can I take 2 4s and make the number 2? How about if I do plus 4 over the square root of 4? That's clever, because then that's 8 plus 2 equals 10, because that's 2. There are lots of ways to do it. See if you can figure out another way. On to this next one. Actually, we'll do 6 first. Here's where you get to show off your skills with breaking a problem down and looking for the pattern, okay? I'm going to say one layer. One layer is going to be just 2 cards balanced like this. So one layer is 2 cards like that. That's 2. 2 stories is going to be 1, 2 plus 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 2 is going to be where it's like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 3 stories, they're telling us it's 15 cards, and they're giving away that there's no card down there, right? So count carefully and know the rules. It's looking for a pattern, and the pattern is that you don't count base cards. So there's 3 is going to give me 15. Okay, so maybe if I wanted to go to 10 stories, maybe I want to get one more number. And if I did, I'd add 15, 16, 17, 18, and then 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. So 4 would be 26, but let's keep that with a little question mark. Maybe I've made a mistake. If I do this, I get 5. If I do that, I get 8. That's a change of 3. Is this 11? Yes, it is. That's a change of 11. So that seems to confirm that I'm doing it correctly. Now again, just like the problem on the first page, I just need to keep that going carefully. That's going to be 13. Oops, not 13, because it's going up by 3. 3 plus 11 is 14. And then it's going to be 17. Then it's going to be 20. Then it's going to be 23. Then it's going to be 26, okay? So 4, then the 5th term, I'll keep it closer here, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and so I just go very carefully. 26 plus 17 is 36, that's 43. Plus 17 is going to be 50, 60. Plus 20 is 80. Plus 23 is 103. And plus 26 then is 129. I think I just got that matched up. Oops, I got to go one more. So that's 29 then is going to be, yep, 129 is going to be 38, 48, 58, 158. All right, I'm going fast. Pause and double check. If I made a mistake, send me an email. That's what I would put right there. But you can go more quickly, or more carefully, I should say. Extra challenge, can you estimate the world's record? Again, a little bit extra challenge. You could put those numbers into L1 and L2 in your calculator, and you could come up with something. It's going to be pretty big. It's going to be in the millions, I bet. For 61, well, maybe not millions, but big. All right, finally, on to this last one. Again, similar kind of a thing where we need to say, what would happen if we went 12 cubes high? Well, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cubes high. So if I start with 1, I'm just going to have this one top cube. If I have 2 cubes high, it's going to be this cross pattern like this, right? It's going to be the pattern that's like this with 1 on the top. So that'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with 1 on the top. That'll be 6. And then if I make it another one, well, at this stage, you know what it's easier to do is to count this one here, and this one here, because I'm going 3 stories high. 1, 2, 3, and I know there's going to be 4 of them all the way around. So for 3 stories high, I know it's going to be 4 times 3 plus 1, 2, 3, that column going down the middle. So you have to think analytically like this. It's kind of challenging. That's 12 plus 3, so that's 15. So my numbers go 1, 6, 15. For 4, it's going to be now, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's going to be 4, because each one of these wings will have 4 times 6 plus 4. And this starts to give me a grip on the pattern. 24 plus 4 is 28. So now do your carets. 5 and 9 and 13, and that's 4 and 4. So this one's a constant, again, after 2 rows of carets, and you can keep that pattern going, all right? So in the interest of time, I see I'm at 12 minutes. I've got to stay under 10 minutes. I'll write this down. It'll be in the photocopy, but see if you can keep that going. Explain how you worked out these parts, okay? This is taken from a British exam that they give to 10th graders. So it's a pretty advanced problem. I wanted the practice test to be a little harder than the real thing, but be prepared to break something down, look for the pattern, and build it back up to 12 stories. Good luck.